featuring in each and every single one of their 14 games in the Nedbank Cup with Coach Riveiro at the helm.
Yeah, I think it's quite a feat for Orlando Pirates. I'm just looking at the players just high-fiving each other, and I'm thinking another tick, in the box of some of the things that needed to be, like the targets that needed to be reached for Orlando Pirates. Another cup final appearance, and I mean, it's up for the taking. And once again, they made, I guess, themselves felt in terms of just the ball rotation in this clip, where it's just a mobility for me, Bongs, where I thought this was one element that I think Marumo Gallants should have been guarding from, just tracking the players and making sure that they follow them.
Definitely. I mean, this goal is everything. It's got third man running, it's got running off the ball, it's got it's got basically identifying the space, creating the space for yourself as well, and ultimately capped off with a wonderful finish.
Yeah, Kameluta, I mean, his first goal in the Nedbank Cup this season, his 7th overall when it comes to the Nedbank Cup. Really, really great. And of course, that assist from Umasangwan, whom you were a little bit worried about early on in the game.
Yeah, I was talking to Amanda. I mean, I was giving him a lot of trouble about him sort of coming a little bit too deep. Obviously not being a little bit afraid of playing between the lines, looking for the ball between the lines, where he went a couple of times and, he got smashed. He got some studs on him, and ultimately that's why a lot of players try to stay away from that area. But to be fair to him, with the 5 at the back and the 4 in front, he's done well. He's had wonderful game intelligence in terms of starting deep and having the players in front of him, creating the space for him to then penetrate and create the opportunity.
Yeah, and I think as midfielders, coach was always advised with that if it is that you're playing in that 10 or 8 position, because you're playing in between the lines, the half spaces, the block of Marumo Gallants is so compact, there's not enough space for you to run onto for the ball. So the coaches always give you that leeway as a midfielder to just drop a little bit deeper, to go collect and try and initiate the movements.
Well, in the second half, they kept their feet on the pedal, did Orlando Pirates, and we were seeing more impetus from their end.
Yeah, there was. I mean, obviously, 17 minutes in, Marumo had their best flourish over the first 10 minutes into the half, but this is a wonderful play again. Overlapping run, little cutback. Unfortunately, misses all 3 Pirates players in the box. And that should have been, their 2-0 and a cruise to the finish. But credit to them, they've now gone 4 games without conceding a goal in all competitions. And let's be honest, the last 4 games have been massive. Chasing in the league, chasing Sundowns in the league, can't afford to drop points, getting clean sheets. And then a clean sheet as well, back-to-back clean sheets within the Champions League, quarter-final as well. Credit to their defence and their shape and just everyone involved.
Yeah, despite the substitutions, particularly from the Marumo Gallants side, and then looking a little bit better in the second half, still wasn't good enough.
Yeah, it still wasn't good enough. I thought, though, the second half was much, much better. They had much of the ball possession. The subs that were instituted, the likes of Sitole, coming into the central midfield to help the likes of Umanaka to really try and rotate the ball. Msadami, I thought today was playing a little bit isolated, wasn't part of the team. We spoke about the individual brilliance as players individually, but they had to come as a team today. As organized as they were in defense, I thought even just on the offense, they should have done a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, a wonderful clearance there off the line, but again, Pirates causing the same amount of problems. A lot of similarities with the chances that they've had. Some overlapping runs and obviously cutbacks. Again, Masongani in the thick of things as well. So he's been really good value today. Well done to him in terms of his performance. I think he has a huge responsibility in terms of being that creative engine time and time again. And good to see him the late stages of the season still producing.
Yeah, there was a lot said about who was, of course, marshalling the defense between the sticks, and that is Buthelezi for Orlando Pirates. But he remained largely untroubled. If anything, we saw so much more action for Arubi today.
Yeah, I mean, we thought Arubi had to put in a big performance. We knew he's always going to be tested. I mean, Hoto there cutting in, wonderful left foot to hit the target. And obviously, Arubi's arms were really stung there, his palms rather. And he's pulled off some really good saves when he's had to. He's come out at the right time as well. He's read the line very, very well, supporting his defenders whenever balls have been played through. Solid performance, even though he's conceded a solitary goal. Yeah. But again, it's good to have a goalkeeper, bring with confidence, and as we see him celebrate that latest save.
Yeah, I thought Ureli had a good opportunity there, but you have to really applaud Arubi. I mean, in a match like this where everyone is expecting a lot of goal mouth action, I thought he did really well with the few chances that really came or surpassed that back 4, back 5. And you need an experienced goalkeeper to always be alert.
Yeah, we'll take a look at another opportunity for Orlando Pirates here where he was called to keep them at bay again.
Yep. And I mean, he follows the ball. The Orlando Pirates first play, switch sides, they play a diagonal ball. Instead of maybe getting carried away, ball watching, he follows it very well. He tracks it very well, guards his area, commands it. And that second ball that falls on really very easy for any maybe referee to think twice about it. Could have been a penalty appeal. But I think it does really well to just make sure that he clears the danger.
Yeah. Well, no predictions of this one going into extra time. And that's because historically, all of Orlando Pirates' semi-finals in the Nedbank Cup in the PSL era have been decided in open play. That's what we saw again today.
Yeah, I think the intentions were clear. I think personally, I kind of knew that they would really want to get in a lot of bit of fire, and hence Marumo Gallants adopting to go on the defense as they did. But it wasn't to be as many goals, but no question in terms of them dominating in the 90.
Oh, yes, and the numbers also, of course, allude to this, the dominant performance of Orlando Pirates.
Yeah, very encouraging for Pirates. The only alarming thing is obviously, towards the latter stages, still really trying to get that final goal as if, they're the ones desperate for the goal. Understandably, you want to kill the game, but you'd like to see a little bit more control in terms of how they see out these 1-0 victories. But with that, the stats look encouraging for Pirates. Again, dominate possession locally, 60%. I think that's the average they've had all season, really, especially within the league as well. So credit to them. And a lot of fouls in this competition. Shows it was a semi-final, well contested as well. But most importantly, what matters most is that scoreline at the top at 1-0. Of course, shots on target, 5 versus 2. I mean, there was good quality in phases, and that's what you expect from top sides like Pirates. And for Marumo, very good tactically in terms of how they set up. Their shape is a lot better, a lot more encouraging in terms of that. But I think going forward in terms of the league, it's important that they just find a way to just finish off their plays. They need an end product from whatever it is that they do. A lot of what they try to do today sort of ended up just with nothing. Not a shot on target, not a corner, and that's what you need more of.
Wow, no, Orlando Pirates reaching a third successive Nedbank Cup final for the first time in the PSL era. But who shone on the pitch? This is the Nedbank Cup man of the match.
It ends in a victory for Orlando Pirates as they move forward to the final of the Nedbank Cup. And now we're going to find out more about what the Nedbank Cup man of the match is going to get. Man of the match is Kabelo Damino, the solitary goal in this game. Congratulations, Kabelo. You don't score a lot, but when you do, surely it must mean a lot to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'd like to thank the man above first. And it hasn't been a good week for me, and I haven't done much with the team. I had fever, and I'm glad I managed to come back at the right time to help the team.
Let's talk about that with regards to some of the players that started today. Of course, having not been as consistent in the previous games, but today when given the opportunity, you show off.
Yeah, we have a special group. Yeah, when you give them a chance, we push each other. We have to show the coach what we're capable of, and ngithanda ukubonga ukuthi sisebenze kahle futhi one more another final.
Amaplayer Orlando Pirates acabanga kanjani manje mawubheka ama-game ayikho i-game yokuthi ninga-afford ukuthi ni-lose every game highest in terms of importance.
Yeah, siyazi as amajita it's a crucial stage manje ukuthi sisebenza sonke njengoba ngishilo ukuthi reach our goals ukuthi nje manje sipush, and I'm glad we're doing that.
Congratulations, namhlanje at least khona ukuthi uthole le goal.
Yeah, nakanjani njengala season futhi ngiyabonga kakhulu. One more another final. Thank you.
Well, they have scored, Orlando Pirates, at least one goal in each of their last 21 Nedbank Cup games. Orlando Pirates, perennial winners. Fantastic achievement. And one, that was enough.
Yeah, one was enough, and I do feel though that they would have loved to score a bit more goals. But I mean, if you look at the season, just Omabasa on 5 goals, the likes of Rele Evidence on 4 as well. So I think maybe just towards the end of the season, this is where we see Pirates just a little bit shaky, just in front of goal. Creativity wise, but I think they're quite solid, hence one was really enough.
Yeah, they'll be happy as well. Clean sheet.
Very, very happy, very happy. I think, obviously when it gets to this time of the season, very sensitive games, high-profile games, a lot of pressure. And, that one goal that you get when you get to this part of the season is all you need. The time, this time of the season is time for defenders. When we talk about defenders winning you trophies, this is that time where clean sheets count not as good as goals. So credit to Pirates, you get that one goal and you can trust that you can hold on to things. It's wonderful confidence, especially when you look at the league and the amount of catching up they have to do in the league. So a side that's in a really, really good place, from start to finish, and may the fairy tale continue.
Yeah, talking about that fairy tale, the organizer or the instrument behind this beautiful fairy tale is none other than the man at the helm, the coach. And his last dance, he wants to make it a memorable one.
Listen, we are now talking to Coach Jose Riveiro. Coach, congratulations, another final. When you look at just the way the team performed today, let's talk about that with the changes that you have made ahead of kickoff.
Well, congratulations first of all to the players, especially. They did a huge effort this week, playing three finals actually in the space of 7 days. In the league, in the Champions League, in the Netbank games, that if we don't get the result, we are out, and they managed to show an interesting character, personality, going through all the problems, all the fatigue, pain, whatever it takes. The players are finding the way to win the matches. Today was one of those cases. I think we controlled the game very well, creating more than enough, I think, to score more than one goal, especially with more spaces in the second half when Marumo has to get a little bit more open and more exposed. I think overall a good game, a good performance, and fairly in the final.
The fluidity though, Coach, of this team, because now you're looking at the games that are coming up, you're looking at the effort as well. Talk to me about just the fluidity. What did you notice about this game?
We have a lot of players ready to go. That's a good thing. That's what it makes us feel optimistic about what's coming, because we have a big squad. We have a squad full of quality. We have a squad with experience, and also with the desire to do something special each and every season. And this season is not exceptional. So today the players who came to the field, Melusi, Paseka, Cabello, they did a good job. Everybody coming from the bench, again, huge contribution. It's a team, and we try to do it as a team, so it's a good news again.
Coach, what is clicking with regards to these players? Cabello says, I wasn't too much with the team because I wasn't feeling well. But you choose him to start, he gets the goal. What is clicking with these players? Melusi, another one, gets a clean sheet today.
It's commitment. It's feeling identified with what we are doing as a team together. It is wanting to help. It is knowing that today we don't have, for example, the possibility to play Talente, who's been playing in that position recently, and Cabello is a safe option for us to play there. We know what he can give us. We have to appreciate his commitment, because, like you said, he was not involved recently because he was sick, and managed to play a good 60 minutes. I'm happy for him, because finally you choose him like a man of the match. I think it's the first time since I'm here, although he was giving us really good performances. One of those players that sometimes looks invisible for the people, but is doing a really important contribution for the team in order to play good football.
Coach, before I let you go, how do the next couple of days look for Orlando Pirates? Final
after final in the league. We know that if we want to do something big, we cannot go until the end only with victories. We have one final in the cup, we have a semi-final in the Champions League, and historic moment for the club, for the fans, for all of us. So stressful, but at the same time, I think exciting for all of us. We're living in a special moment of our careers as an individuals and as a club, as a collective. So let's enjoy together until the end.
Thank you, Coach. All the best.
Thank you.
with him at the helm and his tutelage, they have won all 14 games in the Nedbank Cup, and 12 of those winning them in open play. Fantastic.
Incredible record. I mean, if you look at him there, he's a little bit teary. I mean, how many times have we seen that? Tears of joy every season.
Emotional, yeah.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. I think how he's taken in our culture and what he's done to our players as well, the value he's added to our league, I think it's really, he'll truly be a legend, not just for the club, but just for South African football in general. So credit must go to him. I mean, we've seen in his interviews, he seems like a very calm man, the kind of man that, you know, in a change room, I would imagine you just want to play for. You want to play for, you want to work hard for. And that's a very special gift that a coach has, you know, to have players just want to do things for you. And he's done that. We saw it from the first season he arrived, and it's carried on through. The consistency, just the upward trajectory of the club, of the players, everyone involved, it's been magnificent for the football club.
Yeah, aka he's talking about the commitment from those players. They want to do it for the club. They want to do it for him.
Yeah, for him, also for themselves.
Yes.
I think we spoke about the history as well, that the youngsters like Aborele and Bogazi come into this team, and there's just like so many cup finals, and they get to contest for those medals, which I think is huge pride and honor for the boys as well.
Yeah, now let's talk about Marumo Gallants, who are fashioning quite a history for themselves as well. Fantastic fight back in the second half. It was just too little too late, and not enough to slay the giants that are Orlando Pirates.
Coach, appreciate your time. Do you think the team did enough in terms of imposing themselves to get something out of this game?
Yes, we had two phases of Marumo Gallant. Like I told you, the plan in the first half was to be strong, to be very compact, and to play in the transitions. Unfortunately, we conceded this goal earlier. We had to change our plan and to open the game. And we create some chances in the second half. And unfortunately, we were not efficient in the last third. But my guys did a good game. We wanted to go through. Unfortunately, we not. Now we will continue to believe to save the club in the PSL. But I can say that they give everything. I'm proud of them. Congratulations for Orlando Pirates. They did a great job. A lot of experience as well that we can see. They were waiting to finish us. It's what they did. We can see that it's a very experienced team.
Was there though enough aggression when you look at how the team played, especially when they now had those goal-scoring opportunity? Was there enough aggression? I saw you were quite agitated with the Sitole shot, thinking he could have used more power. Take a chance.
Yeah, I think we could have done better, you know, like I told you in the last third. We tried to bring some strikers, and we put all the strikers that we have on the bench to score. Unfortunately, they were strong. We did everything. But they were too strong. Congratulations for Orlando Pirates.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck today.
Thank you. Bye.
They did everything that they could, and most certainly must be celebrated for getting this far in the competition. But they bow out now to Marumo Gallants. Congratulations to Orlando Pirates. Like you said, you know, they really tried, especially in that second half, to try and get back into it.
Yeah, and I think with cup competitions, it's always very tricky for coaches to really set up their stall, because he probably thought we want to soak in as much pressure as we can, and then we can, you know, try and make those changes and come back. But sometimes it is just so taxing even on the legs, because you're literally sitting on your defensive half and always trying to go on the counter. So it was a very difficult tactic to deploy, especially I think against a team like Orlando Pirates. But the tactical flexibility came through in the second half. And it just goes to show what Ubongani was saying as well. Watching them this season under the new coach, this Marumo Gallants, you've seen that they are a team that can adopt to certain philosophies, certain behaviors are not there anymore, and they look like a different team that is competing.
Yeah, well done. Wonderful achievement by Marumo Gallants, you know, in the semi-final of a cup competition, and looking a lot better in terms of their league position, certainly at this time of the season. So I think it's good times for the club, you know. Realistic ambitions in terms of just stay in the league, you know, secure your place within the league, and then with the cup competitions, roll the dice and anything can happen. But most importantly, status is a first prize.
Oh yes, these are the kinds of tests that are only going to make them stronger. Well, we did say that the party was underway very early on out at Chisanyama in Centurion. Well, guess what? Plenty to celebrate for the Orlando Pirates fans. Let's head on back there and hear from some of them.
Dreamers around, aka Orlando Pirates Lucky Charm. I love that, you know. Listen, now Pirates are through, obviously. Must be the Lucky Charm. But how do you feel about their performance? Do you think that they have what it takes to like just take it all the way through to the final, like to the end of the final?
Oh no, 100%. The boys are doing well. The form is looking good. Coco Melon, we're watching on YouTube. And I don't know, man, I'm happy. The boys came out very confidently today. I'm very proud of my boy Gabello for scoring the goal. So the thing is, they thought this is Bloemfontein. No, this is the slaughterhouse. They came to Escotini. You can't just come there on a cup game. Stakes are at the highest, and you're gonna think you're gonna do anything to us. There's no way. We didn't even play our full team, we played our second team. So it even felt better when guys who composed the game, like Ndodo and Rele, came on. Now we felt even more confident, besides the confidence that we already started the game with. So going into the final, we're ready. This is what we do. It's our competition.
Wasn't that just nice and off now that your coach is
the final dance, man. Like, we're panicking for a little bit. I won't lie to you. It's a bit of a scary moment. We don't know who's coming next. But as long as we stick together with our sharp or happy people.
I love that so much. Lastly, though, Kaizer Chiefs is coming up next against Sundowns. Your dad's a Kaizer Chiefs supporter. Yeah. Who do you want to see in the final?
I would love to say Sundowns must do what we think they're going to do.
Okay.
But we've seen this twice before, and we beat them twice before. So if we can catch something different, what you guys have, maybe you'll step up your game or something. Make us a Soweto final. Let's see, make us something. Jeez.
So there you have it.
Well, talking about that heavyweight showdown, it was confirmed earlier on today that it is sold out. That's right. Mamelodi Sundowns up against Kaizer Chiefs. That is about to light up Loftus Versfeld as we see that unstoppable, well-oiled machine arriving.
Yeah, well-oiled machine indeed. Focused. I'm sure the coach is really fancying this one as well. He's been very strict just in terms of how Mamelodi Sundowns apply themselves on the park and just really pushing the players. The likes of Peter Shalulile with some historic goal-scoring abilities as well. He's just topping those charts. It'll be interesting to see the likes of Allende as well, how they can influence that midfield.
Yeah, wonderful. I mean, so much experience within the side. Looking forward to seeing how they set up, today. Obviously, with Sundowns, with so much talent at their disposal, I mean, there's many ways they can sort of approach a game. So it'll be interesting to see again whether they've gone speed, technical ability, or a mixture of the two, which is what they're all capable of. As you see Mokoena coming off, a wonderful leader of men, I believe. He's had a wonderful career and he keeps on getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, many will say, you know what, this can just be the icing on the cake for what has been a fantastic season again for Mamelodi Sundowns, and maybe they don't need it. They might not need it, but they want it, especially looking at the opposition. This is it. It's do or die, literally, for Kaizer Chiefs.
It really is, and Serino comes off. I mean, that's a man that's well versed in terms of what's expected at this level and at this point of the competition. So let's see him and his team, whether he'll get some power and some creativity onto the pitch. Solomons comes off. I mean, we'll see whether he starts today. Of course, his ability going forward and delivery within the box is very, very, very important. And when you're looking for safe hands, that's a question that Chiefs will have had. A lot of changes within that goalkeeping department, and it's important whoever they have there in the middle of their goal. It's important that man is awake, leading that back four, chaperoning and telling him exactly what to do, because there's going to be so many runners and so much creativity in that Sundowns team.
Okay, oh man, there's plenty to discuss ahead of this encounter. Fans standing by, many of those that are streaming and listening in on what we're saying here on your World of Champions. Looking forward to finding out who some of the key individuals are going to be, and of course, a confirmation of the starting lineups. This is our next protocol, without a doubt, the footballing heat zone in South Africa.